Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 12, I believe. Picking up more or less where we left off from. The only thing I've done is I've driven back in the Fleet Star to the garage area, and I have paid $4,600 for a fuel carrier because I don't believe there is a fuel carrier pre-filled that's just available on this map. There are on the other maps in Michigan, but I don't believe there's one on this map. And as we found out last time, my scout is thirsty enough that if I'm out on a fairly extensive scouting operation, it's quite easy to run out of fuel. So I think what I plan to do is fill this up because I have to fill it up myself and move this scout down. I left the Chevy down where it was. Probably move this scout over the dam area and park it somewhere here. And then the other thing I want to try and find out this episode, or will find out this episode, is what this resupply zone actually does for me. Because if that's a refueling point as well, if it's effectively a second fuel station, then that's also useful because that dictates where I'll leave this fuel trailer. But for now, I suspect that probably is only parts because it doesn't have a fuel icon on it. So I'm going to drag this fuel trailer down to where the Scout is and park it somewhere around here, possibly in that resupply zone, so that I've got a fuel option in that car park without having to drive all the way back to the fuel station. So, and then the other thing is I've confirmed, having bought this thing, that it is empty. So the red icon tells you that, but if I do refuel, the fuel carrier has a 2,000 litre capacity and it's completely empty. So it was 4,600 to buy the carrier. I could have gone back to Black River and picked up the carrier that we've got exactly the same trailer as this at Black River, that was parked, that we discovered pretty much in episode 1. But I'm not entirely sure. Keep forgetting to put the lights on. Sorry. And as usual, it's dark at the start of an episode. I'm not entirely sure that I wouldn't need that carrier in Black River for the missions that I haven't quite finished up yet. So this trailer is 4,600. You can't recoup that because you can't sell it. The only thing you can do is delete a trailer in hard mode. You don't get any money for selling them. You can't sell them. So I potentially, this is splurging 4,000 on a trailer that I didn't need to splurge, but that's better than, I think that's better than running out of fuel and having to do fuel rescues on parts of this map that are remote from the fuel station. Time is money, and having this trailer should save time. It's a bit of a shame that you can't deploy trailers to other maps, even if you have to pay a reduced fee. But because when we go to Alaska, we would be able to take trucks with us at a deployment cost, but you won't be able to take any trailers with you. You have to find or buy whatever trailers you need out there. So we have to pay to fuel this up. It's gonna be, so 2,000 litres. This fuel station is classed as a town one, so it is relatively cheap at $2 per litre. So 4,000 to fill it up. Done. Profile balance, we're down to 27,000. So we're not doing too bad money-wise. And now we've got a full trailer as well, so that's quite useful. Full fuel trailer. So what I should have done. How much is in? Yeah, okay. I just did a silly then. I'm not going to reverse it because if you've seen previous episodes, you know what I'm like at reversing these dolly trailers. I find it impossible. I'm going to take the trailer off. I filled the fuel tanker up. I didn't fuel up the truck while I'm here. I should do that because there's no point getting to the other end and emptying out some of the fuel trailer. It just doesn't make sense. Brake, engine on. Yeah, so we'll 152 litres to fill the Fleet Star up as well. And now we should be pretty much good to go to have a base of operations, like a forward base near that resupply zone. Minimise how often we have to come back to this side of the map. Reattach the trailer and let's get moving. And then once we've got this relocated near the dam, I want to have a look at the truck recovery mission and see if I feel that this Fleet Star could pull that vehicle out of its stuck position. I kind of think that's feasible. I hope it's feasible. But a heavy trailer, you can notice the difference now that it's full of fuel. Put this into first person for a moment. I think we've got access to the dam, but I think just after the dam, and hopefully just after the supply zone turn-in area, there is a bridge repair that I can see on the map is needed. So I'm going to take this down as far as I can. On the right there is our Chevy pickup truck. We're just driving past, but we'll leave that there for a minute, and we'll take this further in, drop the fuel. The fact that the hard mode, from what I gather from MapRunner, the hard mode only has these resupply zones, makes me think that they're going to be quite a strategic thing we'll need to leverage as we progress into harder maps to reduce how often you have to go back to garages for repairs and things. So it's a good idea for us to understand how that works now, early game. So this, let me just handbrake and check. Detour, there's a broken bridge. Yeah, so there's a broken bridge ahead of us here that we can see on the map. But where I am. So that's a trailer store. Okay, so we're not going to be buying trailers from here, hopefully, but we'll turn in here. There's a time trial, but no other mission, and there's a warehouse where we'll obviously be in and out of here picking up goods all the time. Yep. See, if we'd have known what that needed, that bridge, we may have been able to get that on the way down. Right, where do I want to drop this trailer? Somewhere out the way of the loading bays. Probably this side will be fine. Scat these cones out the way. Tuck it in so it's straight. Without breaking my truck in the process. I think that'll do. We'll leave this trailer here. Attach. And then in this truck, let's have a quick look at what this resupply zone actually does for us. Right, engine off. You don't have any add-ons or trailers with repair parts. Yeah, so that sounds like, doesn't it? That sounds like that's just going to restock repair points on your vehicles and trailers if they're equipped that way. But I can't, for example, I can't just refuel here in this Fleet Star because that's not what this is for. Fine. Going to tag the bridge repair quickly so that we know what it is we need from it. Construct the bridge. Cut out the degraded road, route to the warehouse. That sounds good to me. Only 200 XP, so it should be fairly simple. Tracking in task. Smithfield Bridge. Just 2 lots of wooden planks, which we can oh, interesting. Where do we pick up 2 lots of wooden planks? So I know that this mode doesn't tell us. I think probably I think that's 5 lots of wooden planks on there. So a sideboard semi-trailer. So if we could go and get that sideboard semi-trailer and bring it out, and that'll give us some planks to start off some of these early missions. Or we can just take the crane over. Yeah. That's beams. Or, because alternatively it's going all the way back to Black River to grab planks from the lumberyard. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do for a minute, since it's parked relatively neat there anyway, is jump into the Chevy pickup truck, which is in need of fuel from the last episode, or is in need of the roof being filled up and some more chucked in the main fuel tank. We'll take that down to the fuel trailer we've just brought in, and then lights on. I'll rip if that's, I keep forgetting to turn the lights on, and that might be because my car in the real world has automatic headlights, so I don't have to think about it. Or it might be just that I'm forgetful and because I can see enough on screen, I don't think about the fact that I might need to illuminate it for YouTube's purposes. We'll get this fueled up, we'll have a quick look at the map and see either is there a watchtower close by that will open up more things for us, or is there anything else we should do while we're down here. But really I do want to have a decent look at whether or not we can get the truck recovery done for what I believe is a White Star something. And it's, I remember the location I picked it up, and I remember that I used the truck quite a lot, quite liked it in my campaign mode save. Refuel. So truck and roof rack refueled. Cool. So that's going to be useful, that trader, for us down here. So handbrake, engine off. Look at the map. So the next, so we need to fix the bridge to have convenient access to that watchtower. So let's not try to get to that watchtower without fixing the bridge first. There's an upgrade down here. I don't know what that's for, but we're pretty close to it, and we've got fuel in this area. So let's get that upgrade, because we don't need to do anything else to get to it. Let's grab that upgrade, and then we'll come back up, retrace our steps, and go and have a look at Fixer Upper and see if we feel that the Fleet Star can get in. Upgrades are good. So if I had a wish list, and I know I could look up what that upgrade is, but I haven't. If I probably on my wish list would be a off-road gearbox for the Fleet Star. That's what I would like to find down here. The last upgrade we got on this map was a engine for a truck that I now think I know what that truck is. It is on this map. So it is a truck that we can recover and use on this map. It's not a truck that I remember using before, so it's probably one that I got it and sold it because I had better trucks from the DLC bundle. But we haven't found it yet on the map. I think we need to do more navigation towers to identify where that is. Just making sure we are in all-wheel drive. Just making sure we're coming around here carefully enough not to have a silly accident. I'd like to get through one episode without rolling. Okay. The curse of that type of comment though. I'll probably roll something in the next 2 minutes now. But anyway, what's this upgrade? Handbrake, engine off, upgrade. Engageable all-wheel drive. So that's going to be useful for something. It's just whether or not it's a useful truck. So let's have a look. White Western Star. Now I am positive. So that's a really useful thing for us to have got. Because I am positive. White Western Star 4964. Makes sense in a way. If I can look in the right direction. I think that is on this bit of land. Because if we look at the map, we're here. If we look to our left, I think that is the White Western Star. I think that's what that truck is. So we just got the engageable all-wheel drive for that truck, which would be nice. So back out, and we're going to go and have a look at that. We'll have a look at it in the Scout first and decide. Don't think you can get from there down through these trees. So I think the route is probably here, but we'll have a look. Yeah, that would be nice to get that. Back her up, turn around. I'm pretty sure that this... Oh, look at that. No. Look at that. Just saved it. A little bit of quick winch. And that actually worked. I do curse myself. I do... It's quite funny. I find that quite funny. I hope I don't roll one this episode and then trying to get out of the same simple little bit of road. I just hit a mud rut in the wrong way. I suppose I should be slightly concerned about the stability of this Chevy now, but it's not the Chevy's fault. It's just we've put some upgrades on there that have made it top heavy. There are obviously lots of other scout vehicles, and this is, in my previous save, this is the best scout vehicle that I had identified so far, because I didn't really get too much deeper than we are now. I had got to the other two maps in Michigan, but I hadn't in my previous save done anything in Alaska or Tamir, other than going and maybe getting a couple of trucks because I could. I am still tempted to go to the Tamir map and get the Taiga 6x6 off-roader. That's a really capable truck. I'm still tempted to do that. The only real thing, I'd have to pay to deploy there and deploy back. I'm very positive that the Fleet Star is capable of recovering that now. So I'm pretty sure I could go and get that. What's holding me back is I don't want to feel that I'll make the Michigan content too easy by having a more powerful Russian truck. But having said that, it is a base game non-DLC, I think. It's certainly on a base game map, and I think it's a non-DLC truck. And I won't have the best tyres on it yet because of my levels, so it's probably not as overpowered as I'm worrying about. So it might be that at some point we'll have an episode where we go and recover that Taiga. Undecided, and obviously, as always, opinions welcome, but we might do that in an episode if we start getting into, because I used the Taiga for pretty much all of the other two maps in Michigan in my previous save, and I loved it. It's a good truck. Right, so pulling back up here, so coming in here with the Fleet Star, probably okay. Bit dangerous with this little twisty bit here, but probably maneuverable to get the Fleet Star through that. Make a bit of damage doing it, but I'm sure it's possible. But the challenge is getting back out through that in the Fleet Star, probably okay. Doing that with another vehicle being towed, I don't know, not so sure. Let's have a look though. I also don't remember whether or not this truck that we're going to now, this White Star, requires repairs, which is another reason for bringing this pickup truck in, because it's got a little bit of spare fuel and some repairs on it. Right, okay, so we've got to do a little bit of wading to get there as well. That's a fast moving piece of water, but no problem for our Chevy. Give it a wash while we're here. Where is this on the map? I was pondering again the duration of what I recorded and the fairly dirty hack edits that I had to do for episode 10, and I think on reflection I got a little bit carried away because it was episode 10 and it was a milestone, and I was pleased to have got that far. Yeah, I think I just overdid it a little bit. I got too excited. Right, so there's that truck. Handbrake, engine off. Because on review, this series, at the point of recording this episode, it's about a week since I started this series, and there are 10 episodes live on YouTube at the point that I'm recording this one. I've got 10 subscribers. That's incredible. That's amazing. Really grateful for every single one of them, and several hundred views across the 10 videos, which again is amazing. If people feel like they want to watch this, and it's not just, probably the best out of the lot for me personally is the average duration of views is about 35 minutes. I know the videos are about an hour, but that means that enough people are watching most of the video for YouTube to average it out, because some people, obviously, as I do the same, will get 2 minutes into a video and feel this isn't for me and move on. And so for my average duration of video views to be about 35 minutes means that quite a lot of people are watching. If I've got several hundred views, and nearly half of them are watching most of the video, and that's amazing. I'm really, really grateful for that. I am very chuffed, so thank you. Now we can see where the task is. So yeah, reward being 140 XP, but more importantly, the White Western Star 4964. So that's that mission. And we need to deliver this truck. So the truck will be ours when we've completed the task. But we need to deliver this truck back to the garage area. So there's a parking bay near the garage. And once we deliver it there, it becomes ours, which is a bit of a funny mechanic because it's kind of ours, but only after we've taken it back to somebody else so they can give it to us. Oh, the other thing I was going to check is what level of repairs does it need. So repair. So it's completely broken, and to fix it would be 560 repair points plus 6 wheels. 560 repair points plus 6 wheels. Interesting. I've got some repair points on me, but I haven't got enough for that, which also means I can't put fuel in it because it will leak fuel. So there's two choices here. Either repair it and it can help us tow it out, or drag it back broken. But ultimately it's going to be our vehicle. We need to repair it anyway, I think. So I might come in here with a repair module before trying to tow it out. But the repair module needs to have tyres in it as well. It needs 6 tyres. I've got 2 tyres. Oh no, I've got 4. So I could do 5 tyres with this pickup. Yeah. So I can do 5 of them with this. And I clicked all instead of wheel there. So I've done 5 out of 6 wheels, which means if I came back with this pickup truck, I could finish its wheels repair. I could do several trips in this. And now I'll have to go and restock those repair points and wheels from this pickup truck to allow this to be autonomous to move again. Where's my road? Let's just check where the road is relative to where I'm parked. Here, I can get to it. Yeah, so let's try. I'm just going to see if this, put it into low, diff lock on. All-wheel drive should be on already. It was. And let's see if this. Now this Scout can't move it, so I need something heavier, which means I do need to bring the Fleet Star in. Okay, let's not mess around any longer. Let's get out. Let's get out with the pickup truck. This could be a bit of a mish to get this out of here, but I think it's worth it if we can do it. Restock my repair points and hopefully my tyres. I do hope the supply depot lets me do the tyres as well. Resupply, yeah, okay, so resupply the parts, that's $100. Resupply the wheels, 50, so $10 each for a wheel. That's not bad, is it? Wheels, I know. Yeah, $50 each for a wheel. But that's this truck fully resupplied apart from fuel, which we can get just around the corner. While we're here, I don't know. I noticed that there's a trailer store there. So we're going to have a look, because I don't remember, I don't know, if there's a trailer, a scout trailer that has repair parts on it, that maybe we could drag down there with this rather than putting a different body on the Fleet Star. Let's have a look. So, scout trailer options. There's a scout flatbed that will take 2 items. There's an off-road scout. It's just got chunkier tyres, but that'll take 2 as well. Medium-sized trailer with a scout hitch. So that could be useful to know about anyway. There's a small scout flatbed that only takes 1 cargo item. I've never really used scouts to do deliveries, but I can see why that might make sense in some scenarios. And then there's this little scout fuel Bowser, which takes 900 litres. And that'll be a handy thing to grab. And I know there's a couple of those on the other maps, so I'm not going to buy one now. But the main thing is, no, there isn't a scout repair trailer. Our handbrake is on. We're going to jump into the Fleet Star. And I'm going to drive the Fleet Star back to the garage. Because I think, so I could buy a, let's just look in there and have a comparison. I could buy a repair trailer here. So, generator, interesting, not seen one of those before. So, flatbed, sideboard, heavy duty, maintenance trailer. So that only has 356. Yeah, okay, that's the one that's got a fuel tank plus some repair points. So that's kind of handy. That's the same amount of fuel as the fuel trailer that I brought down, but it's also got some repair points. But it's more expensive. And then there's a service trailer which has 1500 repair points but no wheels. That would easily repair the vehicle, but I still need to put another wheel on there, which I can use the Chevy for. That's 6400. But it means dragging a trailer down there and probably leaving it down there, because I doubt if I would drag it back out. So that's a bit of a waste of money. Whereas what I think I would be better off doing is, if I just look in the garage for a sec, I can teleport to the garage and have a look. This is a handy thing for me to do anyway, because I want to look at what class is the white star that we're going to get. So this is the truck that we're going to try and recover. So we can look at the preview for that. So that truck would cost us, if we wanted to buy it, it's locked, we can't buy it because we've got to find it in the world, which is the one we're just going to. So preview on it, on frame add-ons, this van body has 800 spare parts plus 6 wheels. So that would have repaired that truck on its own, and it means you're not towing a trailer. So if I drive the Fleet Star back to the garage, fit one of these van body add-ons to it, and then drive back, this would be a good recovery vehicle for this White Star. And then, out of interest, we've got the engaging all-wheel drive. It doesn't have a diff lock. We've got to find that yet. And we don't yet have the raised suspension either. So we're going to get it because I want it, but there's also some upgrades we need to find for it to make it reach its potential. Map, Fleet Star, done. I am going to drive this back to the garage and put that van body add-on on it. Because that isn't, whereas a trailer might be a waste of money on this map for me, because I'm using it once and then probably not needing it again on this map. The van body add-on, I can restock it at resupply, leave it in my garage, and I can use it again and again. And I will probably need it for the Taiga recovery that I mentioned in the last episode. So yeah, back to the garage. Alright, we're back at the garage. Just going to go in and change to that van body add-on. So that's 4,500. Leave and just double check, but it looks like, unlike the fuel add-ons, the van body add-on, you do purchase it full. So we don't have to worry about the fact that we have to go and resupply it. That's quite cool, isn't it? It takes the same body paint colour that you've used on the main truck. Turns it into a little mobile rescue vehicle. Question is, will the rescue vehicle need rescuing? Okay, we've reached a point where we need to leave the road to go and do the rescue. I have refueled at the resupply depot where we left the fuel trailer. All-wheel drive is now on. I will stick this into low ratio so we've got quick access to diff if we need it. And I will turn the lights on because, of course, just as we start getting to the point we're doing something interesting, it's dark. But down here, so that was alright. Coming down was okay. Of course, you got gravity on your side then. Getting out might be a bit different. We've got the van body add-on obviously because we just went to collect it. Technically we don't need, I don't believe we need to do that. Technically I think we could just drag this White Star truck out, drag it up the road, etc. But by repairing it, we give ourselves a better chance of success because its wheels will be fixed, its suspension will be fixed, its engine will work, and therefore it can assist us. It'll be a lot easier with a vehicle that rolls and has its engine engaged than trying to drag a dead weight, basically. I'm going to put this into third person for crossing this terrain, because we've got to cross this in the other direction, towing a truck. Diff lock, thought we might need a diff lock in here. So again, as a reminder, we've got all-terrain tyres on, not off-road tyres. or mud tyres. These so they're better than highway tyres, but they're really not brilliant tyres for this type of activity. Off-road tyres would have made this a lot easier. Just to make sure I know exactly where. So I want to leave the track there. Back in the cab now that we can see the the trail a little bit. Turn diff lock on. No, don't turn diff lock off. What we also will have to be careful of, especially with this high body on our Beatstar, we'll have to be careful not to get snagged on some of these trees. So I think probably the safest route in is this way. The lights on? Yeah, they are. Seem to be dark. Yeah, you can see that high body is gonna fit through that tree, and that could have been a bit fun. Right, okay, so let's get it repaired first. Right, let's just repair it all because we know we've got enough points. We've got 800 points, it needs 544 plus a wheel. So that's it repaired. 100%. Doesn't look it, does it? It still looks like a beaten up mess. We'll probably need to do a bodywork repair on it. Let's now chuck a bit of fuel in it. We will give it 75 litres for now. It's got a bigger fuel capacity when it's working. So now we should be able to... I think I'd like to go out the same way that I just came in. So I'm going to turn it round if I can in here. Can I take it out through that gap, do you think? Is that safe? We want to go that way to get to the road. I don't want to get stuck on trees, but that looks okay. That's a gap I think we can be fine with. And it's a better angle. So low ratio, diff lock on. Winch on. Start the engine of the towed vehicle. Okay, so we're moving it, that's good. Let's go. Let's see if we can get this thing out. And I think I don't expect to have a problem getting over the water, especially now that the engine's running. The thing will do some relatively sensible braking and assistance, he says. Pull it in a little bit closer, just so it steers a bit tighter to us. I think the challenge will be getting up through that little rocky piece. I'll be well impressed with this Fleet Star if it manages this. Right, here we go. Right, so this next bit is the test, really. Getting between these rocks, not rolling over. And getting both the Fleet Star past these rocks, which looks like that's going to be okay, but also getting the White Star to follow us. And that looks like the White Star is stuck on that rock. And this type of rescue mission, we can't hop into that vehicle because we don't own it yet. We have to take it back to the garage before we own it as such. So what we'll do, where is the trail? The trail is turning right a little bit. So I will back this one up a little bit, turn this one right in the direction it needs to go a bit, stick the handbrake on, stick it back into low with the diff lock on, and then see if we can attach the winch maybe from there would give us a better angle to pull from. Handbrake off, see if we can pull. That's just pulling us back down. Careful. So that didn't work. Handbrake back on. Back into low with the diff lock. So I'm trying to work out whether pulling from the... I'd have thought that so from the tail of it ours, maybe we'll try that. And how far were we from... Yeah, we could move up a little bit more if we need to, but let's try this. Stop. What's happening there? Yeah, I engaged the winch incorrectly. Right. Pull me to there. So I'm going to go forward a bit more and see if it... But basically, I think if we get the angle right, we haven't got the strongest winch. It feels like my engine's out. Isn't pulling. It is. I can hear the engine going. Right. Diff lock wasn't on. Right. Handbrake. Release that winch. Of course it's pitch black, so I can't illuminate this any better than it is, which is a bit rubbish from a viewing perspective, I'm afraid. So we're in low ratio. Diff lock is on. Oh, we're moving, we're moving, we're moving. I might be a little bit stuck on this tree, but because I'm towing with the winch, I can't use the winch to pull myself up. I've just got to try and move far enough forward that we can centipede that white star. But we're making progress, we're moving. This is so far so good. We must, the winch hasn't detached, so we must, yeah, the white star is through the rocks. I think we're going to bloody do it. You beauty. Well done, little fleet star. Pull that in a bit closer. Check my fuel. We've got enough to get back to the garage. Yes, I have. 80 litres will do me. Put this into... We're on asphalt now, tarmac, so we'll get this into high ratio, automatic, and we will turn off all-wheel drive. We're now on a straightforward recovery to delivery point, and then we can put this in the garage and have a look at what our options are. But we're pretty close. I'm quite excited now. We're pretty close to having a second six-wheel truck that, yes, we may have to unlock a couple more upgrades on this map or the next map, but it's a fairly capable truck to leave maybe a low saddle on and do deliveries of that nature. Drive through this bit of mud. So that was difficult enough that I think if we didn't have the engine running and the wheels and suspension fixed on that White Star, I think it might have been difficult to get it to. I don't think we would have pulled it out with this engine and wheel set on the Fleet Star. I think we'd have struggled more then. But having repaired it, wasn't too bad a recovery. Drive it into the post there. So the priorities for the White Star, White Western Star is it called, will be, so we got the engageable all-wheel drive. We'll need to find the dip lock and raise suspension so that we can put at least the same tyres that are on the Fleet Star on that one to give us a bit more traction and manoeuvrability. Because this is, I'm pretty sure that at least while we're still in early game, this will be a truck we'll keep for a while. Here we go. This should complete when it rolls into this box. And then now, let's put both of them in the garage. Right, so that's this one. That's while we're here. So that body that's on it, well, it says it's got 800 parts, but we know it hasn't because we've used a load of them. I guess we can only see that from looking in the vehicle itself. But we're going to put the sideboard bed and loading crane back on. After replacing all fuel, no, I didn't want to do that. I want to install. Replacing the add-on with fuel. After replacing all fuel and repair points in the add-on. That sentence doesn't make sense at all. After replacing all fuel and repair points in the add-on will be lost. Does that mean I can't unequip? I don't want to sell it. I just want to uninstall. And there's something strange about that add-on body that's giving me a badly worded message. I don't understand what that means because that's not good English. After replacing all fuel and repair points in the add-on, some words are missing there, will be lost. So are these, okay, so these van body add-ons, they better not be single use. I'm going to refuse that. I'm going to leave that add-on attached to the truck, and then in a different episode, take that back to the resupply zone, refill the points and wheels, and then bring it back to the garage and see if we're able to uninstall it and leave it in stock. Because if it's a case of uninstalling it basically deletes it, then that's a very expensive way of doing repairs, because it's $4,500 to buy for something that's a once only use, which is a bit rubbish. Not happy with that. Developers, what are you playing at? At least fix your message so that it grammatically makes sense, please, if you don't mind. Very low on fuel on this one. How much does it have? 36 litres, that's enough. So let's get it in the garage. So that's pretty beaten up, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty beaten up. We're going to splurge and give it a full repair, including a body. Well, it's only the body repair needed because the rest of it we repaired out of that van body add-on. So that's fully repaired. Customization options. We do have the ability to buy an engine that's more what? Doesn't seem to change the power to weight, durability, or fuel consumption. So it says it's at the potential of fuel efficiency. It doesn't appear to be. And then we haven't unlocked that one anyway. Gearbox, we haven't unlocked any gearboxes for trucks. So we need to find that race suspension, which is in Michigan. And therefore, once we've got that, we could put the same tyres on it that are on the Fleet Star. We can't do that yet because we want the race suspension. There's no point. I don't want to put... I'm probably going to leave this in the garage until we unlock some things for it, which is a bit of an anticlimax, but I think it's a sensible thing to do. The diff, we need to find in Michigan. I'm hoping that's on this map. We'll give it a spare wheel, rank 15 to unlock a spare wheel. That's a bit unfriendly. Stock air filter for now, but we'll have to probably unlock that wedge cap. We have got a all-wheel drive, so we'll install that anyway. And sell the rear-wheel drive because we'll never use that. And then frame add-ons. I'm not sure what we'll use this for just yet, but I suspect it might be a high or low saddle with a loading crane. And we'll use it so that the Fleet Star still does the 2-slot deliveries, but maybe this one drags a trailer around for 4 or more slot deliveries. But most important thing is that we have got on the profile now in trucks, we've got 4 trucks, including 2 large trucks that can recover each other if need be. We've still got the Scout 800, but and that's here, so that's in this garage. Honestly, I think I'm just going to sell that. I don't think that's useful to us to have a set. If we're going to have a second Scout, I want a different one than this one. I'm not a big fan of this. So retain that. Go into storage and sell it. Done. So that puts us back up to 28,000. We haven't done much XP in the last 2 episodes. We pushed to get level 6, and then we've kind of done a few side things. Mostly we've been exploring and so on. So next episode we'll probably carry on scouting and try and get some missions done to level up a bit more. But for now, we got a new truck. Still dark outside, which is rubbish. But get it away from the red box. Because of course we need a thumbnail of our new truck. So let's move it to somewhere there might be enough illumination to get a thumbnail that's not too ugly. Something like that. Yeah, that's a thumbnail for the new truck right there. Okay, thank you very much everybody for watching. As I said earlier, I very much appreciate it. It's very humbling. I'm doing this to learn how to do this type of content. I don't really have explicit channel aspirations, but if I enjoy making the videos and some people enjoy watching them, the numbers don't matter. As long as somebody enjoys it and I enjoy making them, then it's all good. So thank you very much for the views and the comments that I've had, and feedback through other channels from people that know me. Very much appreciated, and I will see you in the next episode.